Anna huddled under her bright yellow umbrella as the rain poured down around her. The umbrella had been a gift from her grandmother before she passed away last year. "This will bring you sunshine on even the rainiest days," her grandmother had said with a twinkle in her eye. Now, as Anna stood on the street corner waiting to cross, the cheery color stood out amidst a sea of black and gray umbrellas. Her best friend Liam would be waiting for her at their favorite cafe. It had become their Wednesday morning tradition: coffee and conversation before they each headed off to their respective office jobs. As Anna was about to step off the curb, a sudden gust of wind caught her umbrella, flipping it inside out and wrenching it from her grip. She watched in dismay as it tumbled down the sidewalk. A young man walking towards her scooped it up. He was tall with wavy dark hair and warm brown eyes. "I believe this belongs to you," he said with a lopsided grin, handing the umbrella back to Anna. "Better be careful. That wind is no joke today." "Thank you so much," Anna replied, suddenly flustered as their fingers brushed. "I'm Anna, by the way." "Luke," he responded. "Nice to meet you, Anna of the runaway umbrella." He glanced at his watch. "I'd love to stay and chat more, but I'm already late for a meeting. Maybe I'll see you around." "I hope so," Anna said, surprising herself with her boldness. Luke flashed her another heart-stopping smile before hurrying off and disappearing into the crowd. Liam waved as Anna entered the busy cafe a few minutes later, her cheeks still flushed. She collapsed into the chair across from him with a sigh. "You'll never believe what just happened." The words tumbled out as she recounted her brief encounter with the handsome stranger. Liam waggled his eyebrows. "Sounds like someone has a crush. What are the chances you'll cross paths with him again, though? This city is huge." I know. It was just a random meeting. But there was something about him. I can't explain it. When he smiled at me, it felt like the whole world disappeared," Anna said wistfully. "Wow, you've got it bad. Well, here's hoping fate intervenes and you get a second chance with Umbrella Boy," Liam teased. As the weeks went by, Anna found herself scanning the sea of faces on the busy city streets, hoping to catch a glimpse of Luke's warm brown eyes and crooked grin. But as hard as she looked, he was nowhere to be found. She threw herself into her work at the marketing agency, trying to bury the strange feeling of loss over a man she had only spoken to for a minute. It was silly to be so hung up on a brief encounter. And yet, she couldn't shake the memory of how her heart raced when his fingers brushed against hers. "Earth to Anna!" Liam snapped his fingers, jolting her out of her reverie as they waited in line at their usual cafe. "You've been staring off into space for a solid minute. Still thinking about your mystery man?" Anna blushed. "No. I mean, maybe a little. It's just driving me crazy that I can't stop thinking about him, even though I'll probably never see him again. You never know. This city has a funny way of bringing people together when they least expect it. Just don't close yourself off to other possibilities in the meantime, okay? There are plenty of fish in the sea." "You're right," Anna sighed. "No more pining over guys I barely know. In fact, I'm gonna say yes the next time someone asks me out, even if they're not my usual type." "That's the spirit." Liam high-fived her. "Now, what do you say we do something spontaneous this weekend? Take our minds off things. I'm thinking road trip to the mountains." "I'm in," Anna agreed. A change of scenery was exactly what she needed. The winding mountain roads were a welcome respite from the bustle of the city. Anna breathed deeply, relishing the crisp autumn air and fiery red and golden leaves. Liam fiddled with the radio dial until he found an upbeat pop song, then started belting out the lyrics at the top of his lungs. Anna dissolved into giggles and joined in. As they rounded a curve, Anna gasped. "Pull over." "What? Why?" Liam asked, alarmed. "That view is incredible. I want to take a picture." They hopped out and Anna snapped a few photos of the colorful valley sprawling below them. A group of hikers emerged from a trailhead and she caught a snatch of their conversation. "I'm telling you, Luke, you need to get back out there. Join a dating app or something, man. You're not going to meet anyone new moping around." Anna froze. Couldn't be. She peered at the group and her heart stuttered. It was him. Butterflies exploded in her stomach as his eyes met hers. "Anna," Luke looked just as stunned as she felt. "Fancy meeting you here," she said, aiming for nonchalance and missing by a mile as her voice cracked. "You two know each other?" Liam Stage whispered. "We've met once before," Luke said, his eyes never leaving her face. "You're a hard woman to forget. Anna of the Yellow Umbrella." She blushed. "Sounds like we have a lot of catching up to do." They exchanged numbers and agreed to meet for coffee the following week. This time, Anna was determined not to let him slip away again. Coffee turned into dinner, which turned into drinks. The conversation flowed as easily as breathing as they discovered shared interests in travel, terrible reality TV, and dreams for the future. Luke made her laugh harder than she had in a long time. There was a kindness and steadiness about him that drew her in, made her feel anchored in a way she never had before. In the weeks that followed, stolen moments were tucked between busy work schedules, texts that made her smile, inside jokes that felt like a secret language, lingering looks that promised more. The first time Luke kissed her, the rest of the world fell away. All that existed was his hands cupping her face and the taste of mint on his lips. When they finally came up for air, he rested his forehead against hers. "I've wanted to do that from the first moment I saw you," he murmured. "What took you so long then?" she teased. "I was kicking myself for not getting your number that day. I went back to that corner so many times hoping to run into you again." "You did." Anna's heart flipped. "I looked for you everywhere." Luke chuckled. "I guess the universe knew we needed a little more time to get the timing right." As autumn gave way to winter, Anna fell harder than she ever had before. Luke fit into her life like he'd always been there. Liam joked that they were already an old married couple. "So when's the wedding?" he asked one evening as Luke and Anna shared a kiss, lost in their own little world. "Someday," Luke said softly, his eyes locked on hers. "If she'll have me." Anna's breath caught. "Is that a proposal, Luke Samuels?" He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box. "It is. This probably seems crazy since we've only been together a few months. But I've known from the moment I met you that you were the one I wanted to spend forever with. Will you marry me, Anna?" Tears pricked at her eyes as she nodded, not trusting herself to speak. Luke slid the ring onto her finger and kissed her soundly amidst Liam's whoops and cheers. They were married the following spring in a quiet ceremony surrounded by cherry blossoms. Luke's steadiness was the perfect balance to Anna's enthusiasm and spirit. He made her feel cherished, protected, loved beyond reason. She brought light and color and joy to his once solitary life. Years passed in a blur of laughter, midnight slow dances in the kitchen, hushed conversations as they huddled together under an umbrella in the rain. 2 became 3 and then 4 as their family grew. The road wasn't always easy. Sleepless nights with colicky babies, petty arguments, and hurt feelings. But their love and commitment to each other never wavered. On their 10th wedding anniversary, Luke surprised Anna with a trip back to the corner where they first met. He took her hands in his. "Thank you for being my sunshine on the rainiest days, my best friend, and the love of my life. I'm so grateful that gust of wind blew your yellow umbrella into my path all those years ago. I can't wait to spend the next 50 years loving you." Anna smiled through happy tears as Luke leaned in to kiss her. It had been one wild and beautiful ride, filled with more love and magic than she ever could have imagined. And to think, it all started with a twist of fate and a bright yellow umbrella on a rainy day.